we should be eating more vegetables. But the problem is they don't taste that good. Well, this sweet potato pie recipe is gonna have you wanting more. The best part about this is that you can have your cake and eat it too, because you're eating a delicious cake and you won't even know it's made out of a vegetable. It is the most delicious sweet potato pie out there. And I've experimented with sweet potato pies for many years, and I gotta say, they're a great addition to your diet because they're delicious. And you can have your cake and eat it too because you're not ruining your health with this cake. But this purple sweet potato pie is truly something special. It looks good, it tastes good, and the best part is it is good for you. Purple sweet potatoes in particular contain vitamin B6. Now, vitamin B6 is a really important building block for several neurotransmitters, including serotonin. Now, serotonin is the happiness neurotransmitter, so it's essential for your sleep, it's essential for keeping you awake during the day, and it's essential for happiness. People who are deficient in serotonin have poor sleep, and they're oftentimes depressed. So it's really important to make sure you're getting enough vitamin B6 into your diet, and this will help with that. So let's get into the recipe. Now, this isn't 100% step-by-step. As you can see here, I already made the crust. The recipe is going to be on the screen right now, and this is actually a recipe from my new book, The Biology of Greatness. So as you can see from this screenshot, this is the recipe. You can make it yourself and just make it along with this video if you'd like. Alright, so now we want to add the crust to this cake pan. Now I'm using a cake pan because I don't have a pie pan, but if you have one, then go ahead and use it. And next, we wanted to prepare our purple sweet potatoes. I just steamed them, and what you can see here is this is actually less than a third of a sweet potato. Now, this purple sweet potato was a massive one. It would cost $10 total, so it was huge, and I just used a third of it for this pie. You want to start by kind of making purple mashed potatoes, but with some seasonings. So some cinnamon, nutmeg, and some salt, of course. And just pulse it a few times in the food processor. Now, I did this when my sweet potatoes were hot, and this fogged up my lens like crazy, so I tried to edit it so that it would look, as good as possible. But as you can see here, it turned out just absolutely beautiful. And I actually saved a bit and had this like mashed potatoes because it looks so good and tastes so good. Now it's time to add the rest of our ingredients. I kind of forgot to film this step, but just throw everything in your food processor, all the ingredients in the beginning of the video, mix it all up, and this is just a clip of that, and then this is what it's going to look like once it's done. And it looks beautiful, and it's going to develop into a purple, rich color after it comes out of the oven. So spread that on your cake tin as well as you can. As you can see, I'm having trouble holding my phone and doing this with one hand, but this is what it looks like in the end, and you want to pop that in the oven at 350 degrees for around 45 minutes. I kind of overcooked mine a little bit because I forgot about it, but it still turned out beautiful. It just had kind of a crusty layer on the top, but just look at that rich purple. Now it's time for the taste test, and a reminder that I need some work with my fork skills. I should have tackled it from the top because it kind of smushed, but anyways, it was really delicious, and as you can see, it's got a bit of a bounce to it, so that's really nice. It's just the perfect amount of creaminess, and it's got a right amount of eggs in it because it's not just falling apart. Once it's ready, I highly recommend you let it cool down, whether you want to do that in the fridge, if you want to eat it right away, but it was so good. Me, my brother, my dad devoured the whole thing in an hour. It's just so delicious, and you're not eating too much sugar with this. I also highly recommend using, honey or coconut sugar because you don't want to be consuming much cane sugar. But because the sweet potato has some natural sweetness to it, you don't have to add as much. So you're not consuming much sugar, and yet you still have an amazing dessert. So it is so, so good. And if you'd like to pick up your copy of The Biology of Greatness for more amazing recipes, or if you'd like to learn about how you can upgrade your biology to unleash your inner genius, then click the link in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on Instagram, the link will be in my bio. I autograph, package, and ship every copy myself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Share it with a friend who would love this recipe, and I'll see you in the next one.